Aston, so don't say or yeah, that's the one. Thanks for that, Chris. Just to clarify the position.
Hello.
I am. You can come in, Bella. I'll show you what I'll show you.
Broadcasting.
So if I go onto YouTube,
Basically like editing.
no, it's live broadcasting. So I'm broadcasting what's on the screen. Watch out! Watch out!
Did you put your phone in here? This holder.
You bastard! I am, man, I am coming for you, Kingy, man. I tell you now, I am coming for you, sunshine. Talk about target. Talk about. Yeah. I love I love reverse psychology motivation going on here, boys. It might just work. It might just work. I love it. So, can you hear it?
Yeah.
And are we on round 3 or 4? Is this 4? Right, okay, cool. So just so I know for the commentating, cheers. So I might even look. I'm gonna go 6 gun Johnny. I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna lube him up. We're gonna slip him in, and we're gonna put this boy down the road.
Hello.
Good luck. Good luck, boys. Good race. Enjoy.
The race is starting.
Yeah. I've just realised that I've just been doing a load of commentary, giving it my all, and I've had my mic on mute. So, uh, oh man, I was giving it some as well, giving you all the big up and everything, and I've just left it on mute. What a donkey. So that clearly a bad idea to let me stream anyway. Sorry, boys. Right, so here we are, Trans-America Series, Watkins Glen, round 4, Fresh Sim Racing, and we are having the shootout for the qualified top 6. Ambo, look at Ambo, cool as a cucumber again, just put his time in, sits in the pits. Let's them all crack on, that's unbelievable. I reckon he's doing some trickery with his tyre pressures or something to just pop a lap in and then that's it, he's done. It is impressive. So we've got Essa racing again in second, but he's quite a way off Stubb this time. We need to see some times coming in. Am I annoying? Am I? That's a bit weird, is it? I don't want to put the guys off qualifying. Okay. Hang on. Okay, here we go. And we are a couple of technical issues. One that I had the mic on for the mute for the first half hour, so nobody could hear a word I said, which is probably a godsend for most of you out there because you would have got bored and listened to me by now. As I say, we're in the top 6 shootout. We've got Stubb who's just clocked a lap in at 153. Cool as cucumber, he's back in there, chilling out, watching the rest, seeing if they can beat it. Esther's pushing hard. I expect his times to come down. I want to see Esther in the low, already in the 54s. And we've got Chris. Oh, Chris has found some pace in that Camaro as well. Look at that, 55 threes. Let's see. We've got Wade, 55.8. Again, he was pushing Chris hard in the first round of qualifying. So let's see if he can find something in his bag of spanners and pull something out. It's about now you want to be tapping up that nitrous, to be honest. There we go, Kingy in the Stang. Like I said, I think the Stangs are at a slight disadvantage of Watkins Glen. We've had some pretty strong showings in the other series for the Mustangs. I think Kingy's had a couple of seconds in there. And you got Johnny Joyrider. What a performance for Johnny Joyrider to get into the top 6. Impressive to see Johnny in the shootout. And he's managed to get that car repaired as well because it was carrying a lot of damage, a lot of paintwork damage in the qualifying round. So it's nice to see it back to its best. And let's see what we can do. Steve O's in the party. How you doing, Steve? How did you?
I was supposed to be joining.
You can join, mate. You are more than welcome. How did you find your first qualifying session?
Well, yeah, I'm not. I haven't been in gym these cars very much, so yeah, they're quite loose, aren't they?
They are loose, and obviously they've got the 4-speed box as well, which is always trying to get the gearing right. It's always tricky with these.
Yeah, the gearing's funny, isn't it? Because like 4th gear, it's like feels like it's you've just lost half the horsepower.
Yeah, it's always like an overdrive gear, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what I found with the Camaro. It's kind of weird, but I think you've definitely done no shame in your first showing, and I think with the race being an hour and a half as well, you know, you've got plenty of time to like make your way up the grid.
I mean, I don't understand in practice I was getting 156, and now I can only get 159, so I don't know quite
Oh, well, do you know what?
Conditions have changed or something,
I don't know. Let's hope you can find those extra 3 seconds in the race pace and push your way up that grid.
Yeah.
I'll certainly be keeping an eye out for you, rooting for you. So, have you sorted out your pit strategy?
Yes, yeah. I'm not.
Because
I've made a few. I've lost races over my pit strategy. So
a tip for you: I think about 25, 26 litres is about the same time as a tyre change.
Yeah.
So if you fuel your car at the start for the race minus 25 litres, 75 litres in total, you pretty much get a free tyre change. You can run on a fresh set all race. Now, some people are going to be really annoyed that I've just broadcast that on YouTube Live, because I know some of the guys run that strategy quite successfully. But just to give you a tip, that seems to be a really good strategy for about 25 litres, free tyre change, and keeps you on fresh rubber for the whole race.
Right.
I'll never get you talking.
But yeah, good luck tonight, Steve. I'm hoping to
Okay.
see you push up the positions, push up the rankings. We'll be keeping an eye on you. And I hope you find those 3 seconds pace that you've got. You've clearly got it in there somewhere, so you just need to dig it out.
It's in there somewhere. It's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's great to have you with us racing as well. It's good to have you along. Good to see you. Hopefully this will be the start of a few more championships you can get involved with.
Yeah, it's quite difficult during the week, but I was. Adam said, "Oh, you couldn't mind just, making up the numbers." So.
Yeah.
A
Well,
few people have let you down.
It's we're always looking for people to race with us, and I appreciate we've all got lives to lead, so sometimes it's hard to do all the series or be there, but you're always going to be welcome to join us, put a few laps in, show a few of us up.
I must admit, I do like the longer races, the endurance races.
Yeah,
it's my thing, really.
Our seasons are the races are getting longer. We have done it where we split them up into like sprint races. We'll have like 2 of an evening or 3 of an evening. All credit to Nath, he does like to mix it up and try and deliver lots of different formats to keep things interesting and fresh.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's always something exciting going on. Our Friday night series is a great laugh. It's more of a chill out drive.
Okay.
And it's stock setup, so you don't really have to prepare for it. You can just turn up and run it. One track all night, and we run 3 cars each week, and the winners of the races get to choose the cars for the next week. So you never know what you're going to run, and
that's a good idea.
And then the winner on the night gets to choose who drives the final car, the fun haver. So normally we'll pick a really slow car, set them off ahead of the pack, and then the pack has to chase them down and try and beat them by the end of the race. That's quite a good laugh as well.
That sounds good.
We do encourage a few beers on a Friday, and we've got open mic, so it's all about the banter and the beers as well as the driving, just to make it fun.
And this group, does it all run realism settings?
Yep. So we run accelerated tyre wear. We always run fuel. We try and mix up the weather a little bit, whether it's like cold temps or we'll put some damp races in there, wet races. We try and keep it as real as possible. We used to run fixed cockpit because we felt that is to keep with the realism, but we found that by doing that some people weren't interested in racing because they just couldn't get used to it, so we have opened it up now.
For me it's all to do with realism. I mean, I everything's like clutch, gear change,
nice heel and towing,
everything.
He's already showing us up with the realism.
You alright, Steve?
Hey, got King in the room.
I've jumped in here, mate, just to let you know that you need to set a 2 minutes and 10.
2 minutes and 10. I thought someone would say something.
As close to that as possible, buddy. And I think the people around you, like the guy who's got set one in front and the one who's got set one behind, they've got like a 5 second difference. So as long as you get somewhere near 2:10, that'll put you where you need to be, mate.
Okay, cheers.
Hey, got to be happy with that, King here, 4th.
Yeah, happy with that. That was, I was hoping maybe for a top 3. I did make a bit of a mistake with my setup there, but that's on me. But 4th is not bad. I'll take that.
It looks like the Mustangs have got a slight disadvantage around Watkins compared to previous races.
Yeah. To be fair, they've got the disadvantage everywhere, but it's not a lot. Race pace is closer than qualifying pace, so. Hopefully I can get up there and mix it up a little bit.
You've set that up a treat. So you said, look, I may be 4th, but I'm pushing for 1st, so we'll still see. We'll keep an eye on Kingy, see how he does.
I made a positive setup change to my car. but I forgot to transfer that over to the quali setup, which basically should be the same setup but with lower fuel and slightly different tyres. I had the coast up way too high, and every time I was braking hard into the slow bends, the engine was just bogging down. I don't know if you could tell from the stream.
It's difficult from the stream, but I know what you're talking about. These cars are quite sensitive for the coast settings.
They are,
power
yeah,
settings.
Yeah. So
you're either bogging down or locking up. you've got to get that balance right.
That's true.
But yeah, right, good result, fourth. Well done.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm going to get back out on track now, and I'll probably just practice one pit lane entrance, and then that'll be me ready then. So
right, brilliant.
Enjoy the stream.
I'll enjoy. We'll see you at the end of the race. See how you do.
Are you interviewing the top three?
I can do. I'm in the fresh party chat, so you can jump in afterwards.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later then if you're interviewing the top three.
Brilliant. Yeah, that'd be good. Good luck, mate.
All right, mate. See you in a bit.
Good luck. Catch you in a bit. We've got Naismith there, just turning the wheels. So the qualifying is over now, and how it works is top 6 have set their times, and then the bottom 5 are given a time to set, where they have to go out and set their time, and that time will get their place on the grid. And what I haven't noticed, but Ollie has appeared. There's Ollie. So Ollie has somehow miraculously got his PS4 fix, got his Project Cars 2 disc out of the system, and got himself on track. So that's brilliant to see Ollie out there. And he did miss the first qualifying round where we would have the chance to get into the top 6. But as to be said, he has been fast this season. So I really expect to see Ollie pushing his way up that grid in the race. So that'd be good to see. It's going to make it interesting. It's going to make it exciting to know that there's a really fast guy there in the midfield that'll be looking to push his way up. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on Ollie in the race. And great to have him along. Good to know he's got the... he's doing a bit of a spin there. Getting a bit flashy with it. So Steve, who we were just chatting to, is just putting his lap in now to get his time. I think Kingy says he needs to do a 2:40, was it? Or a 2:40? Looking at that, he needs to do a 2:10. So we shall see. Get his time in. Jinx is there with the 2:16. Look at that. What a beautiful livery that one is. Loving the look of that car. Orange and blue. Beautiful contrast on that paintwork. Steve-O getting his time in. I think Steve-O, where did he come? Was he about 7th or 8th? Ah, man. What's Ollie? Ollie's out there, tell you what. Fair play, Ollie's made it to the grid. It's good to see him. There we go, look at the red and the orange. Fire, that car. Fire. Pure aggression. Pure aggression. But Wayne, look, Dukes of Hazzard. He doesn't open the door to get in, he jumps in through the window. That's how he rolls. That's how Wayne rolls around here. The original Dukes of Hazzard, loving that paintwork. Gotta admit, I do miss a bit of Daisy Duke and the denim hot pants. Certainly lit up my youth. Oh, black and orange. I tell you, orange is a very popular colour in these paint schemes, but look at that. With the orange caps on the headlights, that is a good looking car Chris is in there. That's a black and red classic American muscle with the stripes. And then look, this is the original Roger Penske number 6 Camaro. This is the car. This is the car that took the Trans-American Series by storm. And it's quite fitting that Stubb has chosen that livery because he's also been taking this Trans-American Series by storm. So he is certainly living up to the heritage of that livery, has to be said. He's always one of the fastest guys at Freshton Racing, always taking championships, and he's always the one to beat. And as you can see, the way he just laid down his lap in like 3 laps, put his time in, and then just sits it out in the pits because he just knows he's done enough. He's phenomenal. Essa there in second. Essa's been fast all season. Since Essa's joined us, I think he joined us at the end of season 2, start of season 3, and straight away Essa has been right up there at the top. Podium wins. top competitor, top racer, fast and fair, great racecraft, so it's great to have Essa racing with us. Then we've got Chris. Now Chris is our resident rally driver, owns a classic Mark II rally car, which he drives in anger. There's a few videos of him on YouTube thrashing that car about. It is his pride and joy, that car. And it's probably worth a few bob. Being a Mark II Escort, those things are only going up in value, even when you're racing them in anger. But obviously he's got that real life experience that he can deliver to the track and to sim racing, so it's not surprising to see him in third. And Kingy, who we just chatted to in the lobby there, again, Kingy is he's a fierce competitor. Kingy, he's a great guy, but he's underneath that nice guy exterior, he is a fierce competitor. Again, one of the fast guys, taking a lot of wins, pushed for series wins. Always fast, always fair, always has a good laugh as he's going along. So that rounds out the starting grid that we will be going to. So we've got Jinx there at the back in the blue and orange, and he'll be looking for a consistent race. He'll be looking to not make too many mistakes. Steve Obes just joined us tonight from Racing Realism. Welcome addition to the grid. We hope to see him around a lot more for races to come and series to come. Naismith, our esteemed leader, is there in ninth. Recently switched to force feedback, which I think he's going to do his race in the world of good. And again, he may be down in ninth, but some of the results he's had recently have been very impressive. And we've got Sam, fastest man in a lap, I tell you. It's like fire, Sam is. Sam Frontfinger, he's always quick on a lap. Johnny Joyride has a great result in sixth. Good to see him there. Wayne, Kingy in fourth. Chris in third. Esther in second. Amber in first. And so we're getting ready. Let's just have a look at what can we do here. We're not really going to get the best grid, so let's take it from about Kingy. Oh, look at that. Roger Pence, absolute classic livery. The heritage in that livery is fitting that Stubbs driving that car, has to be said. Look at the alloys on that, it's a beautiful thing. So we're just getting ready for the start of the race. I believe we're doing, is it going to be a rolling start? Are they going to roll it round for a rolling start? I have to say I should have checked the rules before I started talking about the race, because the way that but look at that for a grid. Look at them lined up, ready to go. Single file. Brake lights blazing. And we are off. Yeah, it's a rolling start. So single file, rolling start. As they come round to the starting line, they'll drop the hammer and away they go. And it looks like some of them are just bringing up the rear as we come round. So we're coming round to that final straight. Amber, Essa, Chris, Kingy. Come on, Stubb. Let's lead them off. Let's see a nice clean start. They're in single file, so there's definitely less chance of incidences at the first corner. Probably plays it a little bit more safe. Keeps everyone separated. This is an hour and a half race, so to be honest, we don't want to see any first corner incidences. You know, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So let's see how these guys get on. So Stubby's going to lead us away. As they come round. So it is a formation lap, it is a rolling lap. Just check that is true. I'll just get to the bumper cam, let's have a look at the speedo. Yeah, so he's leading round, it's on the out lap. We are doing, looks like 100 kilometers an hour, 60 mile an hour. Just leading everyone out, just bringing them all together. So there is Stubb, there's Essa, Chris, Kingy, Wayne, Johnny Joyrider. Let's have a little bit look further. We had Wayne there. Johnny Joy, look, they're all bunching up now. All getting eager for the off. All looking for that start. There's quite a way to go. They're going to be warming up the rubber. They're going to be warming up the brakes. Getting ready for that first lap. Dropping the hammer. Dropping the hammer as Stubb leads the way. They're all nicely bunched up. All very well mannered. No nudging, no bumping. Nicely spaced, but also keeping it close enough. I tell you, everybody watch out for Ollie. He's going to be a man on the move, that guy. He is going to be a man on the move. We've got Nath. Look at that turquoise livery. Definitely stands out from all the orange that's on that grid. Sam Thunfinger again. Watch out for Sam, because, you know, when he's on his pace, he's almost unbeatable. And Johnny Joyrider, great to see him up in 6th position. Great to see him get into the top 6 shootout as well. I'm sure he's going to be absolutely ecstatic with that. It's a good position for Johnny to get himself in, and I'm sure that he can make some. And they're off. There we go. Stubb leads the way. Essa, Chris following. Oh no, Wayne's out. Who's that? Sam and Wayne. Oh, we don't want to see that on the starting grid, to be honest. It's never good to see. Who we got? It was Kingy. It was Kingy and Wayne. It looks like they just had a coming together. Not sure what happened there. A bit disappointing to see that. Here we go. We've got Nath coming through. It's on the tail of Kingy. I don't know whether Kingy's picked up a bit of damage there. Nath's definitely got the toe in. Is he going to know? He's going to take his senses, he's going to take his time, he's going to line him up. Have a look. Steve, Jinxie, Ollie. So Ollie must have got caught up in that starting mix up there. And Wayne, that's so disappointing. I feel so sorry for Wayne. The car's carrying damage. You can see that. And it is an hour-and-a-half race, so it's to have that on the starting line it's not great. It's not great. It's not what we want to see. It's not how Wayne wants his race to run. But let's hope perhaps he can switch his strategy up, get his pit stop in, or get a free pit stop in and make it count and push back up. I mean, at the moment he is 5 seconds off the pack, so over an hour and a half he can easily make that up. So let's root for Wayne. Let's hope that he can do something with the strategy and pull it back from what is an awful start for him. I do feel for him. So we've got Chris is on the move. Chris has moved up to 2nd, dropped Essa back. Wow, these three, look at that. It's a Trans-American train right there. These three are looking like they could race for quite a while. Oh, Chris has gone up the inside of Stubb. Wow, look at that. We have a new race leader then, folks. Number 11, look at that. Chris pushed his way up there. It's great to see Chris as well up there. Fast guy, great guy. So now he's going to be under immense pressure from Stubb, I can tell you that. We've got Sam and Kingy. Ollie's pushing. Where's Steve and Ollie? That matching livery. It's almost like they could be teammates, these two. Ollie in the 27. Steve's pushing up on the back of Nave, following nicely. We've got Sam. Sam's coming up on Johnny Joyrider. Obviously with Wayne and that early incident, he few take advantage and push the place up. Johnny up to 6th though. There we go. I said he'd be happy with the 6th place, but you know, he wasn't that happy because he decided he wanted more. He wasn't settling tonight. He was not settling for 6th. That's incredible to see. Oh, it's the commentator's curse. As he said it, he's just dropped the rear end on the corner. He smacked the barrier. That is disappointing to see. Come on, oh, look at that gentleman waiting for the cars to pass, waiting for the space. Oh, really disappointed to see that. Look at this, the 3-car train, the Trans-American train. Chris, Stubb and Essa. I'll tell you what, this could be going on for a while. It's an hour and a half, and these two, this could be the train to watch all race. I mean, S is looking racy back there. He's definitely pointing it in Stubbs' mirror, trying to make sure Stubb knows he's there, give him something to think about. Stubb definitely hasn't got an easy ride as the ham in the sandwich. Let's see if he can meet expectations and look, got a dad joke in there. Let's see if he can meet the expectations and start pushing back on Chris and go for the win. Oh, looks like S has got the run. S has got the run on the straight, and he's going to show. He's showing on the inside. Now it's quite a wide chicane, this one, and he's and Stubbs just let him go sensibly. He's giving him the space. Knowing Stubb, I know he's going to bide his time. Also, again, I know he's been doing the numbers, flicking the abacus, and he'll have worked himself out a great strategy, no doubt. So strategy is going to play a big part in this hour and a half as well. Three pit stops, minimum of 3 pit stops. You can just pull into the pits and leave. You can change tyres, change fuel, or change everything. So it really does open the strategy up. Having 3 pit stops over an hour and a half, and it will definitely play out towards the end who's been the smarter man on the night, who's used his brains, who's read the conditions. Oh no, we've just lost Chris, number 2 driver. S is in the lead, Stubbs following. Oh, has Chris managed to turn around and get it going? Oh, has he kept third? Well, I have to say he has been very lucky to keep his third position there. But look at Nath pushing up now, 4th. I think Nath has been the biggest riser up the grid. I mean, I think he was down there in 9th place at the start. He's now in 4th. I said the force feedback's doing him the world of good. Well, he's certainly making great use of it tonight, pushing up to 4th. And also, Nath is he's great with numbers, great statistician. And I imagine that he's got that strategy worked out to the absolute millisecond in terms of how he wants to run this race. So getting himself in 4th with a strong strategy, he could be really in a good position for this race now. And then we've got Steve-O as well. We said to watch Steve-O chatting earlier. He said he reckoned he had an extra 3 seconds in his pocket somewhere. He just had to dig it out. Well, he certainly looks like he's been digging out that 3 seconds. He's been digging hard. He just kissed the barrier there on his way through, but that won't do any harm. Just a kiss. He's got the love on his headlights and he's kissing barriers. Steve-O's all about the love tonight. He's all about the love. And then we've got Nate, we've got Steve, we've got Ollie. I tend to watch Ollie. Ollie's up to 6th already as well, and I think he started down about 9th, 8th or 9th. So he's starting to shape up. You can see from the map there is quite a spread developing around the grid. And we have a pit already. Oh, Johnny, what have you done to that paintwork, Johnny? That was a beautiful car when you... Oh, it's Jinx! Jinx! It was a beautiful car when you brought it out tonight, and now look at the state of it. I'm not too sure whether he's going to fix his bodywork there or just go for tyres and fuel. Wayne's out. Where is he? He's 24 seconds off the pace. Now, I wonder whether Wayne has already taken a pit stop or whether he's carrying damage. I mean, you can see the front end's all bent up. You can certainly see he's been kissing the barriers as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he's twisted his chassis a bit there with the damage he's showing. It has to be said in this racing that you can take a certain amount of damage, but as soon as you damage the shock absorbers, it could be absolutely fatal for your race. So I really hope Wayne hasn't damaged those shock absorbers. And Kingy's dropped right down as well, and I believe it was Kingy and Wayne that had that coming together, so I just wonder whether Kingy's carrying a bit of damage. I mean, the car, to be honest, looks as fresh as the day it left the showroom at the moment, so could just be he's just not that quick tonight. Who knows? But as we said, King is one of our fastest guys as well, so I'd be surprised if it was down to pace, and I'd imagine there might be something going on with that car which is causing him to drop down the ranks. But let's see how he gets on during the race. Maybe a pit stop and a strategy to pull himself back up. So So we've got Johnny in 8th. It was a shame to see. He was up in 4th at one point. To see him drop down to 8th is a real shame. Let's hope he can pull it back. And Chris down to 7th. Was our leader early on in the race. Showing a lot of pace. Again, just lost the back end, and that's the thing with these cars. They are slidey. That back end does like to go, and you've got to be so careful when she snaps. So careful with these cars. Sam's a steady 6th. Now Sam is one to watch, because I think the longer the race goes on, I think the more pace he's going to find and the more he's going to come into it. I think, as we said, I think the Mustangs do have a slight disadvantage over the Camaros, but I think Kingy mentioned earlier that once you get into the race, that disadvantage gets greatly reduced. So it's great to see guys on the grid running the Stangs against the Camaros. It's always easier to pick the faster car. I think there's always more of a challenge to pick the car that's going to be harder to win with. But you know what's so much more rewarding when you do get that win with those cars. And we've got Steve. Steve's and Nath. This looks like the race at the moment. This looks like the battle to be watching. Along with Stubb and Essa. I mean, look at that, less than a second. I mean, Essa is going to be under immense pressure from Stubb. Stubb is just going to be applying that thumb to his forehead going, I'm here and I want that place back. He's going to be filling those wing mirrors, making sure Essa knows he's there. And if Essa makes one slight mistake, you can guarantee Stubb is going to capitalise on that. And these cars, you know, they are classic American muscle cars. They're not easy cars to hustle around a track. And a track like Watkins Glen just adds even more drama because, you know, it's not an easy track. There's a lot of high-speed corners where, you know, you are hanging the back end out a little bit to get the fastest line. And it's quite easy at times just to overcook that, as we've seen a couple of times already early on in the race. We've got Nath in 3rd. What a show from Nath. He's on the podium positions. He's got Steve Oates absolutely giving him hell behind him. And it's impressive. Steve, first time out with us, just jumped in tonight to help us keep the numbers up in the lobby. And now he's pushing for a podium position already. We're only 10 minutes into the race. Amazing to see, amazing to watch. It's good to see the close racing that is going on here. It is unfortunate with some of those early incidents, though. It has spread some of that grid out. We would like to see it closer earlier on. But like I say, we are running an hour and a half. It is Watkins then. It's going to throw up some amazing surprises throughout the night. I'm certainly looking forward to it. As Jinx gets lapped there by the leaders. So it's taken 12 minutes. Jinx will be a bit disappointed with that, but he has already got a pit. So if he's running long, he could make that strategy work to start pulling back places as the race goes on. And Essa just seems to be pulling a slight gap on Stubb. Just got it over a second, trying to keep him out of the draft, which is a smart move. Don't give him a free toe. Don't give him any fuel saving. Don't help him out. Make him work for it. If you want that first place, you are going to have to work for it. So that's a great job by Essa there. And I think it might have just been where getting past Jinx might have just cost Stubb that little bit of time, that little bit of gap on Essa. Let Essa run from him. So he's going to have to work hard now to close some of that time up. But, you know, he's got over an hour to do it. Plenty of time. Oh, what happens to Steve Oates? What happened to Steve? Steve, you're pushing for 3rd, you're pushing for podium, and now look, your bumper's hanging off, both ends. Huh? It's just flapping around. If I was Steve, I'd be dropping them bumpers, saving the weight, and then the boot's up and everything. He must have had a right clanger. The boot is flapping around, the bumpers are flapping around. Huh? He might have love on the old headlights, but he's certainly not be showing that car any love, I know that much. Really? No, I know. Wow, so now he's chasing down Kingy. Now these two are friends from the Racing Realism group. And yeah, they'll certainly know each other's driving style and skills, so it could get exciting between these two, it has to be said. as long as Steve's not carrying too much damage in that car. Yeah, we've got this looking good. Chris, look at Chris, man. Get a steady drive in, car's immaculate, great condition, and he's starting to push up onto Sam as well, so this is good. And here we go, here's Sam, he's in 5th, and he's starting to push on Ollie. Ollie up to 4th, to just turn up again. Broken PS4, turns up, no practice, jumps in, already showing his pace. Amazing, killer pace. Is Sam going to have a look down the straight? He's all over the back of him. Oh, it's a little bump, little love tap going into the corner. Oh no! Oh, I know Sam's a good, honest guy, and you know, you can see he's waiting for Ollie to go past. He definitely didn't mean for that to happen. It is an unfortunate accident. There, Ollie goes flying past, Sam picks it up. Real gentleman driving there from Sam. I know he'd be disappointed with himself making a mistake and bumping Ollie. Real shame to see that, but you know what? It's such chivalry to see him wait, let him go past, give him the place back, and that's what we like to see it real. We're gentlemen racers, and you know, if things happen, we like to keep it fair. And he has done that, and now Sam's got a bit of work to make that time up on Ollie. Chris, look at that. Oh, she's beautiful. Look at that. She's immaculate, and he's starting to push his way back up again as well. What are we talking about? He's got about 8 seconds to pull on Nath. I have to say, Nath is in a phenomenal position now. I mean, he's got 8 seconds. He's on that podium. He's got it locked in. We know he's going to be, his strategy is going to be on point, because Nathan, he's all about the detail. So he is setting himself up. Now he's all about running around the banking as well there. I bet he's taking the taking a wide line. Oh, who's that? Oh no, that's Jinx again. Is that Jinx? I think it was Jinxie. Ah, oh, Jinx, come on. He's lost it again as they come through. Oh, Chris flying around the outside. And you know what? Chris is looking good as well. He's back up to 4th, head of Ollie. He's taken advantage of Ollie and Sam's incident. He's got himself into a good position. And there we go. And Stubbs holding that gap. He's pulled it down a couple of tenths, but he's pretty much managing it. Yeah, look at that. It's a beaut. Right. So, boys, I'm going to leave you with it for a little while. I've got to just jump off for 5 minutes. So I'll leave it tracking on the cams. I'll leave it tracking on the action. I'll leave you with the race leaders for a bit, and I will be back shortly. All you watchers out there, apologies. I will be back in 10 minutes, just putting the kids to bed and we'll pick this up. I can still see Stubb is in second, still chasing down Essa. Nate's in third, Chris in fourth, Kingy in fifth, Sam in sixth, great race. Wayne 7th, Steve 8th, Johnny 9, Johnny Joyrider, Ollie in 10th and Jinx in 11th. Right, I will be back shortly to pick up the action. This is an hour and a half race, we do have an hour to go. I will be about 15 minutes, so please stick around, watch the action, watch the strategy unfold for this one. It's going to be exciting. Okay, folks, sorry about that. Juicy called, I had to put my kids to bed, but I am back on the mic, back live with you. So here we are, we've got the last 27 minutes of the race to go. And surprise, surprise, Stubb is in the lead, and it looks like quite a commanding lead at the moment, 1 minute 17. Obviously, I'm... Ah, awesome. What are you doing? Where are you, Johnny? Why aren't you racing? Yeah, that's the rest of your car. I have to say, there was a while there you were driving and your bumper was hanging off, front and rear. I think your boot lid was open. Living up to your name, I like that. Good stuff. You had a storming start. I mean, you got sixth, and you must have been happy with your sixth position on the qualifier and making the top six shootout. That was really good. Oh, I don't think you were. I think you earned that. I thought you stuck the lap in, got yourself in the top six, and then pushed your way up to fourth. I was like, Johnny's having a storming race. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, oh no. I was going to say, it might have something to do with the amount of weight you were carrying at that point with all that fuel. What a shame. Oh, shame I couldn't get that on the camera. We did get your spin when you were in fourth position, and I was singing your praises in fourth position, and we did catch your spin into the barrier, which was unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, the American muscle cars, they're always going to be difficult to drive, aren't they? You know, they're difficult by nature anyway. Yeah. Wow, Esther was flying. I mean, Chris as well. Chris was up in first position in the early laps. He put a great move on Stubb. Stubb gave him the space. Chris was looking good. Then he spun it. Then Essa put a move on Stubb going into the S's. Stubb gave him plenty of space again, and then like Essa had good pace. He was looking good. But I did say I reckon Stubb would have his strategy on point, and that would start to play out, and it certainly did. Yeah, but he is a competitive beast, like the most of us, and he does like to be at the sharp end, so it's good to see him there. I know, that's what I said. I mean, to be fair to Ollie, he broke his PS4, didn't he? And he's turned up, and he's literally, I mean, he missed the qualifying as well, or he jumped in very late. So he was quite far down the order, and I was expecting to see more of him, but I think probably just that pre-race prep has probably having no time to prep has played against him in this one. Yes, yeah, Steve is he's got an old C6 Corvette, likes his American muscle in real life. And him and Nath have been having a right battle the whole the whole race. To be fair, I mean they're still together out on track, which is great to see. And Nath, do you know when I left, Nath was in third position, and he was looking strong. So I'm not too sure what happened to Nath there. And again, he was one where I thought his strategy was going to be on point, so he was looking strong for a podium position. But unfortunately, it just hasn't played out like that. Yeah. Do you know, I'm the same as you, Johnny. If I could set up one pit strategy for the race, that's what I like to run. Keep it simple. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's a great homage to the Trans-American Series, and you know, to these cars at Watkins Glen is a great combination. Yeah, you know, Sam. I mean, Sam is so fast over a single lap. He's probably the fastest guy at Fresh Sim on a lap. He's just blistering his pace, but it's just that consistency over a long distance. I mean, his car is looking in good condition. It doesn't look like he's had any prangs. But again, Sam jumped in very late, didn't he, without any prep? So I don't know whether that's played against him. And yeah, you can imagine. As he does consistently.
I am, yeah.
Hi, Jinxie, how you doing?
Made too many mistakes. Obviously at the start, Nathan opted to get in front of Ollie because of the way qualifying finished. Obviously Ollie not taking a lap and gave us a penalty, so I had to take a drive through on the first lap. And then obviously I don't know whether Steve did or not, but I know Nate said he sorted it out after, but you know, the usual game probably gonna whether we get disqualified or not, so I made the drive through. Yeah, and then I came back out, made a stupid error, just kept making too many errors. Way too many errors.
I mean these cars are very tricky to drive. I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's probably my worst race so far actually. I've quite enjoyed them thus far, but tonight I obviously got the new wheel today as well, so it put me behind a bit and not being able to do any prep or anything like that as well. So
what have you done?
It is what it is, same for everybody.
Have you upgraded the wheel, or you've gone for the same one? Or?
I've gone for the same one, just obviously a brand new one. My other one was second hand. So
right, okay.
And it just stopped calibrating again. It happened a couple of weeks ago. Wouldn't calibrate, so I took it apart, put it back together again, no problem, and then put it on the other night. And yeah, just couldn't get it to work, took it apart twice, and yeah, so I thought, sod it.
So
I'm just going to buy a new one.
Investment. Oh, good for
Yeah.
you. Can you feel the difference with the new wheel?
Yeah, it's a lot smoother, I must admit. It's not as clunky or whatever, you know, the other one was okay, but yeah, this one feels completely different. I got the shifter came with it as well, so it should be interesting to use over a bit of time. But
it's always nice to have a new toy to play with. It's always good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I missed that. I was just cycling through. We're having a look at Wayne at the moment. I say Wayne looks like he's driving the General Lee with that colour scheme.
Yeah, absolutely, the orange.
I wanted to see if he jumped in through the window rather than open the door on the starting grid, but I must have missed that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, talking of the General Lee, actually, sorry to interrupt you there, Ben.
That's alright.
One of my ex-workmates, Mark, when he got married, he had the actual General Lee car. The guy who owned it had the certification and everything from the actual movie as well, the actual one that was used in the film.
Wow, because I think they're quite rare, because there weren't many left that were actually salvageable. I think from the hazards.
Yeah. Just to, yeah.
Yeah, I think even when you watch it back, I have to admit, I've got a soft spot for Daisy Duke, so I have watched the old Dukes of Hazzard back. I did love it as a kid, and yeah, I know, yeah, but you know, Daisy Duke in those denim hot pants, my God, that did things for me as a boy. But you know, it's you watch it back, and some of the shots you can see that they're driving like damaged cars, and it's incredible, really, the stunts they did in that series with those cars. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You get the shot of it landing where it literally looks like the chassis splitting in two, and then you get the next shot where it's just driving off and it's perfect again. So Sam is I've just done commentator's curse because Sam is now driving backwards down the main straight. Oh, the back straight. Sam was looking like he was making moves. Steve-O's back up.
Sam.
It's looking like Nathan Wayne could end up quite close towards the end, depending on strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, his consistency's doing really well tonight.
I think, especially as it's an hour and a half race, it's...
Yeah. I think Nathan knows this track quite well, doesn't he? It's one of his favourites, I think. I can remember him saying before.
It is a great track, this one. Difficult in these muscle cars, because there's fast sweeping corners where the back end likes to just start to drift out. And if you
change... the issue I had in a couple of the slower corners as well. Just get that inside wheel on the curb, take a tighter line, and then the back end just steps around on you, or...
Yeah, especially when you're pushing and chasing time, it's so easy just to push that back end round in those corners.
I think my steering ratio was all wrong. I was struggling to, in some of the corners, to get a decent line, and without having to... Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I just used a setup I've already been using before, so I didn't really, have much time at all to do any, prep for it, apart from the few laps that we did last week, obviously with the wheel going down, and then sorting the wheel out today, putting my attachment on and everything. So yeah, I got a handful of laps beforehand, but that was about it really. But yeah, I think I should have gone with a bit of a slightly different ratio just to help in corners and stuff. I think it would be better, but yeah.
He's invested this year in some very nice, last year in some very nice kit. And he's fully harnessed and strapped into that seat so he can't fall out. So it's good to know he puts safety first, because we don't want any injuries while sim racing.
It's not something I've used actually. It's something I definitely want to go out to see the the kind of difference.
I think you've definitely got to watch your thumbs. You can quite easily break a thumb if you're not careful with the higher end kit.
Yeah.
You need to know when to let go of the wheel and where not to.
I watched a funny video earlier with Jimmy Broadbent.
Yeah.
Him trying to take a drink while he's got the force feedback on. Obviously, he runs a Fanatec, doesn't he? On I think on maximum. It's absolutely crazy. Quite a funny video, really.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love to have a go at one.
I think the version Wayne's got is still the belt driven one. I think once you get to those direct drive wheels, the torque available is incredible. I don't think many people run those wheels on full torque just because you just don't
Yeah,
need
because
to.
like I say, 'cause,
You just
yeah,
don't need it.
yeah, I think Vale, Vale he's had the same problem, hasn't he? I think he's had to send his back, and I know he's invested in a couple of other wheels, hasn't he? In the meantime, I think he's had to wait. Obviously, I guess with everything that's going on as well, it's
So I have to say, I thought Chris was closing in on Kingy then, and I thought we were going to have a really close finish between those two. But Chris has just pulled into the pits, which has just ended that battle, which is a real shame because I thought we were going to have a. Good question. They were close on the timings, but you might be right. You might be right. I might have missed that.
Yeah, they came together, didn't they? A couple of people came together. I didn't see it, but
yeah, it looked like. I mean, on the replay, it's hard to tell because it all happens in real time. But it looked like Kingy had his nose in front of Wayne's rear end, and Wayne. It looked like he came across, and it just spun Wayne into the barrier. I'm not too sure that it was netcode or just misjudgment, but yeah, it was a real shame to see that on the start-finish grid because when you're racing an hour and a half, you know, you really don't want to be spinning it on the
opening lap.
Yeah, spun out there.
Yeah, Kingy, I know Kingy did because he came in. He was in the pits just as I was going through for my drive-through. So obviously after the opening bit, but yeah, he pitted on the opening lap, definitely.
Yeah, and it looks like the lights dropping, so we're definitely going into
it's going to be into darkness.
Into darkness, and I believe these haven't got headlights because they've all got caps on them. So I'm wondering if the visibility is going to get really tricky for them out there. So yeah, it's certainly going to be a challenge. The moon's out, that's for sure. Just saw a glimpse of that. Full moon tonight. Oh, don't ask me a geography question, please, Johnny. Oh God, don't do it to me. Yeah, okay, we've started. We've got the right country.
The right country, yes.
I mean, it's a good job because we are running the Trans-American Series, so at least we are in the right country. We've got something right here at Fresh. I tell you, Stubb has just run a phenomenal race. What's he got? 46 seconds on ESSA, and most of that will have been gained through just pure strategy. So that is again a great.
40-second lap.
Great run.
40, just over 46 seconds in front.
And as I say, he's running that absolutely iconic livery as well, which obviously set the Trans-American Series alight. So it's quite fitting that Stubb is running that livery because he's also setting this championship alight.
Absolutely is. Yeah.
And then we've got Essa in second, and again Essa, his performances are so strong week in, week out in all different series. He is a true competitor and a great racer. And then we've got No, sorry, John, that was good. I just thought I'd run down a little bit where we're at as we're closing into the final bit. Is it New York, is it?
Ah,
Oh wow, there you go. Even more reason to go and visit New York.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we've got a bit of ice racing coming up, haven't we? We're getting the snowplows out. It'll be fun, that one though. Carnage, but fun. Got Chris in fourth, which is a great showing for Chris.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
He's been consistent at just taking places as they come and just kept moving his way up. We have.
Yep.
I was about to switch to rain. There we go, the General Lee. He's definitely been trading paint with some barriers, and his front end's looking a little bit skewy, but he's in it, and he's fair play to him because, you know, 5th position when he was about 25 seconds down from the pack after that incident on the start-finish straight. So he's really dug in and stuck with it and pulled his way back up there. So fair play to him for grinding out that result. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think probably Wayne over the course of the 3 seasons has been the most improved driver, and he's definitely knocking on the door of some bigger results now in these series and in these races.
Yeah, he's been considered, especially this year. Say this season, he's been consistently in the top 6 for qualifying and setting good times, and I mean,
again,
I say even in the races as well. He's
and then we've got Nath down in 6th place again. Like, from what I've seen of Nath's performance this year, like, he's starting to push a lot more and move up the grid, and he's getting some really good results at times. I think having the force feedback wheels probably helped him a lot as well, which obviously was a great gesture from Stubborn Sam. So it's really nice to see that community spirit up fresh, and just how much people look out for each other and want people to race hard and fair in this league.
absolutely. You know, I was saying to Nate the other night how much I've learned and still am learning, you know, from all you guys, and you know, and I really enjoy my racing, and you know, it's.
Yeah, I think, you know, from when it started, where to the quality we've got on the grid now, we don't have anyone slow. Everyone's getting faster and more consistent, and the competition's getting closer, and you know, it really is a testament to what Nate's put together at Fresh, that the quality of the grid and the quality of the people.
Absolutely is.
You know, it is a great community. There's a great bunch of people in this community, and it's really come together well. Get that one in, Johnny. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. I'll take the praise, and I'll leave the stub at the door. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely up there with like his skill, his understanding, his setup ability. He's kind of got the full package, and he can deliver it with the driving skills. He definitely does have a full-rounded package stuff, and he knows how to deliver results with it as well, consistently. He's a fierce competitor, Stubb. He's a lovely guy, but underneath that nice guy exterior is one fierce competitor. Yeah. Yeah, and Stubb has been really great at helping like members of the community as well get faster. I mean, he's helped me out a lot, and he's certainly helped me get a lot faster. And I think without Stubb's help, it would have taken a lot longer to get there. So you know, I've got a lot of gratitude for what Stubb's done for me in terms of helping me with setups and tracks. But do you know what? I think the whole community of, you know, everyone is willing to help each other in any way they can. And the community spirit is great at Fresh. And just, we've got such a good bunch of people, like-minded people. It makes it, the racing is competitive, but the community spirit is just as enjoyable. Oh yeah, I can't wait to crack a beer for the first time with everyone for real. Yeah. Yeah, and so we are through with Stubb. It's literally pitch black now as well. These guys cannot see a thing on track. We've got Stubb. He's just starting on the final lap. It's pitch black.
Yeah, it's pitch black. I'm probably quite glad to say that I'm actually not in this now. I am, but I'm not. Looking at the conditions, you know, being this dark as well, and yeah, it would be. How are they seeing what's going on board with FSR is so dark.
Yeah, literally patches of light. Spotting your braking points must be very tricky right now.
Absolutely.
And Stubb's coming around for the last bend, coming onto the start-finish straight. So there's another victory in the 4th round of the Trans-American Series at Watkins Glen. And it's a pretty emphatic victory for Stubb as he crosses the line. There it is. What's he got? 40 seconds on his next competitor, which is FSR. And FSR is a fast guy as well. So impressive, you know, that's an impressive victory by Stubb, and it's an impressive second place by FSR to stay in there and just drive that consistently over an hour and a half. And deserves that second place because he's been right up there the whole race. And he's coming around the final corner now, start finish straight. As he comes through, crosses the line, takes the second step on the podium. Well deserved for FSR there, well deserved. And then we have Kingy in 3rd place coming through. And it has to be said that I think the Mustangs do have a slight disadvantage over the Camaros in ultimate pace. So to see Kingy bring that Mustang in 3rd place is another impressive result, and especially after his incident on the start-finish straight, which cost him and Wayne quite a bit of time at the start of the race. That is a very impressive result. There he is. I think he must be really happy with that, getting the podium. Oh, there we have the end of the race. So we had Stubb in 1st, FSR in 2nd, Kingy 3rd, Chris in 4th. So that was a good recovery by Chris after he led the early stages. Wayne in 5th, great consistent drive there by Wayne, considering he was out on the first lap. To pull that back is incredible. Nathan 6th there, again another really consistent drive. Every time I was watching him, he was, you know, really good. He's a good strategist. Sam there in 7th, fast. Look at that lap time, 56 was in there, but unfortunately that consistency just cost him. Ollie in 8th, did a great job of just turning up and driving tonight, no prep. So, you know, hats off to him. 8th, normally we would see him further up that grid. Steve in 9th, first time joining us tonight, and we're happy to have Steve along. Great drive by Steve. Consistent again. 157. Yeah, do you know what? He said he had 3 seconds in his pocket somewhere, and he found them in the race, so I'm happy to see that for him. And then Johnny in 10th. Johnny, unfortunately, retired. There was a lot of action, a lot of drama in Johnny's race. Up there in 4th as well, Johnny, which was great. I was singing your praises at that point when you were in 4th. I was like, come on. So I'm sorry to see that, you know, it ended with a car sprayed all over the track. Nobody wants to see a classic American muscle car finish up like that. But, you know, true to your name, you drove it like you stole it. So it's good to see. Oh, that's brilliant. But that was a thoroughly entertaining race. It was great to see you guys out there duking it out. I enjoyed it. It wasn't so good when I had the mic on mute all throughout qualifying. That didn't help. But yeah, at least I gave the race a good go. But yeah, it's good to have you join me, Johnny. I'm glad you came to stop everyone having to just listen to me, because I'm sure that would have gotten bored and turned them off quite quick. Hopefully, a couple of others might jump in the party, so it'd be nice if we get Stubb in here. I don't know. I'm happy for us. We can wait and see if they just jump in. I did speak to Kingy, and I'm sure Kingy will try and get a few in, and Nath as well. So we might as well all wait together, and then we can have a good old chinwag about how the race unfolded, and also we can find out what happened with Kingy and Wayne, which is the big one. It's the one we all want to know. Whose fault was it? Yeah, I mean, there wasn't. It was very minimal contact from what I saw. So I think it was just a slight misjudgment on someone's part. But the consequences were quite severe, has to be said. Unfortunately on that one. Oh, it'll all be fine. I could just see Wayne cursing in the car that, you know, he's got an hour and a half and he's already that far down. It's never a good position to be in that early on in a race. So I do all credit to him to pull it back to 5th position. That's an incredible drive. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just looking because Wayne picked up a 10-second penalty as well. And literally the times between Wayne and Nath we're talking about 6 seconds in it. Ah, here we have our race winner, the Stubb.
Man,
what a race, Stubb! What a race!
Nice,
I tell you, it was great watching you. We did follow you for most of the race, to be honest, because I had to go off for a little bit, but I knew the action would be around you, so. You did have the spotlight, and well-deserved spotlight as well during that race.
Oh, thank you, sir. And Essa.
Yeah, to talk me through a few of the early laps, because obviously Chris showed a lot of pace early on and took an early lead. And obviously you were duking it out quite close, but you were very fair, gave the space when people showed. And the same with Essa as well. Essa kind of poked his nose ahead of you, and like you sat there. Just biding your time, I felt, waiting to pounce.
Yeah, he had that pace, didn't he? So I just thought, well, there's no point may as well let him go. And he sort of showed me which move he wanted to make, so I backed off, let him through, and then it was just a case of not letting him run away too much. And I think we were sort of testing each other to see how much we'd got in the pot, as it were.
Yeah. The time stayed very close between you two. It was good to watch.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come down to the stops. But the second stop I thought was quite interesting because I knew I had 6 seconds to make up, and I managed to do it in the stop and pulled out of the pits, and I was there right behind him.
Amazing.
With the pace to go as well. So
I did kind of say early on that I thought your strategy would be on point and that you were just sat there ready to pounce, right? And it did play out that way as well. Clearly, you not only had the pace, but you had the strategy to take that lead, and then obviously you ended up with such a commanding lead to win the race with. It was a very impressive drive.
Well, thanks, Ben.
Brilliant. So Essa, what a race you had. I mean, the pace you were showing early on was phenomenal. Obviously you were kind of in third in the early stages. Chris was leading. But then Chris made a mistake. You pounced on Stubb, and your pace was so strong up front and consistent. You ran a great race, has to be said. What were your highlights? Wow. Right. Out of interest, how did you check your brake damage? Because that's not something I've seen. Have you got a custom dash, or how did you know?
Yeah, I use RS dash.
Right, okay. Yep. Yeah, especially when you're at 80%. It's good to know that.
I was in an hour whether I'd go for it or finish it off, but still half an hour to go, and I thought, no, I just can't risk it.
The highlight, I mean, it was a great clean overtake manoeuvre you did on Stubb early on. That was great to watch. Yeah, you certainly did.
So, yeah, then obviously, poor Chris had his issue that gave me the lead a little bit, but I knew it was always going to be a hard one to beat Stubb.
I have to say, Essa, you keep him honest a lot of the time. So hats off to you. That you ran a great race and you kept him very honest in that race. So good stuff.
Not bad for like 5 laps of practice.
Yeah, nice. There we go. See,
Don't need the practice.
just imagine what you could do with a bit of prep, eh? Stubb, you better watch out next week. Chris is going to be on it for a week solid.
If he starts practicing, I'm in real trouble, aren't I?
Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, well, let's hope to see you on that top step. That'd be really good. Have we got Kingy in here as well?
Yeah, I'm here.
Kingy! Well, we all want to talk about what happened on that start-finish straight. So we're going to have to start with that because obviously it was quite a big incident and it shaped the race.
Yeah. Well, from my point of view, obviously we're on the formation lap, and when you're on that formation lap, when you get to the end of the lap, obviously the leader needs to start the race, but you can actually hear a countdown of the lights, and what that encourages people to do is to try and get a run. I really encourage that. I think the whole point of a formation lap is to, see the car safely through turn one. And Wayne got a run on me and got beside me and pretty past me. His front wheels were past me anyway. But he was nowhere near clear. But unfortunately for him, his spotter cleared him and he just came straight across onto the racing line. He admitted that himself. I've raced with Wayne loads of times. He wouldn't do something like that on purpose. He's quite aware as a driver, but if you spot a clears you, you spot a clears you. You know, it
Yeah,
can't be helped,
yeah.
I'm afraid. So then I had lots of damage, and my first lap I was all over the place, because on top of obviously driving with the damage, I'm then trying to change my strategy. I quickly changed it to the default setup, because what that does is that changes tyres if you need them, it puts fuel in if you need it, and it fixes damage. But obviously I didn't need tyres or fuel, so what it did is fix the damage, and it was quite quick actually, and it put me back on track, obviously behind everybody. But all I did from there was went into my strategy, and basically rather than splitting the race into 4, because you have 3 pit stops, I only had 2 left to do. So I changed my fuel in the strategy, and then pitted 2 more times, and brung it home from there. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, it made it quite exciting actually. So
That's
cheers,
some impressive decision making on the fly there, Kingy. I have to say, like, I do not have the mental capacity or the nimbleness of fingers to be able to sort all that out within like half a lap. So,
yeah.
I mean, it was one hell of a comeback drive that you did tonight. That was really impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I think there was a part where I was racing Chris, and I don't think he realised that I'd done all 3 pits, and I knew that he must have 1 to go, so I kind of stayed at a distance of like 3 or 4 seconds behind him. Not that I wasn't pushing, but I knew I wasn't racing him, so I just allowed him to do what he had to do, pit when he had to pit, and then I had a comfortable run to 3rd place then. So
yeah,
I think
brilliant.
I got I think I achieved the best I could tonight, with or without a crash. So I'll take that.
Yeah, I think that was a stunning drive, especially from where you were. And I have to admit, I was looking forward to the showdown with you and Chris, because I was watching the times and I was like, this is on. And then Chris pulled into the pits and I was like, oh no, it isn't. So yeah, you played out your strategy brilliantly, and it almost robbed us of a photo finish that I was looking forward to between you two. But
yeah, it is a shame.
but excellent work there, and impressive the way you did all that strategy on the fly to build your race up from a bad position.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that's great racing. Do we have anyone else in here? Oh, are we all?
No, that's pretty much
That's
everyone.
it.
There's only me and Jinx still here, but we've said enough.
Yeah, well,
Wraps it up.
it's a great night's racing. It was great to watch, very entertaining. A lot of skill on show, so it was good fun.
Thanks to you as well, Ben, for broadcasting it, mate. That's a nice little touch for everybody,
Yeah,
so we
thanks,
can all
Ben.
watch it back.
Good job.
Yeah, it's all there. Well, I'm silent for like the first half hour because I left the mic muted, and then I have to go away and put the kids to bed. So there's like another chunk of time, but I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching you guys duke it out. It was. It's good to see.
Did you catch my message on the chat during qualifying?
I did, yeah. I've actually gone on and left you another one. Yeah, if you want to go on there later.
It was funny because I just put my race setup on full of fuel, and done like a 156.0, I think, and I thought, oh, that'll get me in the top 6. And then I cheekily went on there and put, look how cool King is, sat in the pits with race fuel in. And then I looked at the times and I was like 4th, then it was like 5th, and I'm like, I could look an idiot here if Dave goes a bit quicker.
Do you know the funniest thing as well is that although I had the mic on mute, but one of the things I was saying is look at Stubbs sat in the pits cool as a cucumber. And then you've obviously posted that, which is brilliant. And so I've left you a little message. I've left you a little message. So,
good. I'll have a look.
But yeah, great racing tonight, lads. Well done. Really entertaining.
Cheers.
Big fun.
Cheers, Ben.
All right, we'll sign off. So that's everything for Preston Racing and round 4 at Watkins Glen. And we will pick this up round 5 next week. Next Wednesday, same time. Thanks for watching. Join us and see you soon. Over and out. Cheers, Johnny.